this is Dr. Craig from Hills Dental Studio.
My name.
Dentist here.
Sorry. Oh, my name is Dr. Surprise from Hills Dental Studio.
And you're
also a dentist.
Yeah.
That's what.
Hi. Hello, I'm now the weekend receptionist. No, Sunday receptionist now.
Hi guys, my name is Rita and welcome to my 2024 year-end reflection with Hills Dental Studio.
2024, wrapping it up. We're tired, we're exhausted. It's been a very dramatic and dynamic year, a lot of changes. Doesn't even feel like the year was that long because every month, every 2 months, there was a change. We changed the location, we were changing the software. I think this one is our second, yeah? We tried another one. This one, bringing in new staff for the new year. Basically a whole lot of changes and a lot of new patients as well. Different characters, different personalities. And I think this year has just had a lot of changes.
I totally agree. This year has been full of lots of change. It's been change over change. It feels like 1 month is never the same as the previous month. And each month brings about with it a new set of challenges. But it's been an interesting year because all that change has led to a lot of growth internally within us and also within the business as well.
I've been here at Hills from October 2022. Yes, I've been working here from October 2022. Well, I think if anything, it has brought me out of my shell. Believe it or not, I'm very talkative with people I'm comfortable with, but in general, in like social groups or social settings or whatever, I'm mostly the quiet one until I'm not. So I feel like Hills, being here, talking to patients, having to interact with different people with different personalities, just sort of like taught me how to have conversations with anybody. Like now I have the confidence to just walk up to anybody, like the scariest looking people, and just like start a conversation, because my experience here with the patients here has sort of helped me build those social skills in a sense, and also just practice.
So this year has been like a lot calmer, considering the fact that last year was the first time I actually got my braces, July to be specific, and I was still kind of getting used to being a brace face, like my appearance, and just like I don't even know what to call them, the challenges that I faced in the beginning, like just getting used to having braces on, and then 3 months later undergoing like an extraction of like 4 teeth being removed. That was very challenging, and then recovering from the extractions, and then like it was just the rough phase last year. Whereas this year has been like really smooth. There were a few bumps along the way, but I'd like to believe that those bumps were self-sabotage, right?
Yeah, like bumping into a glass door, something like that.
The most challenging thing that we experienced from the moving is that there were a lot of parties involved, different people doing different things, the cupboards, the plumbing and stuff like that, and having to keep track with what's missing, what's left, and people disappearing or extra charges that you weren't planning for. But it was just a whole lot to keep up with. I think that was the toughest part about the move. Of course, the money, but like the move, the keeping up with the different people and what they're supposed to do, when they're supposed to do it, when they should deliver, what we do if they don't deliver, stuff like that. That was the most challenging part for me.
For me, the most challenging part was the flow. Like you're so used to a certain type of flow. It's like, you move in your current house, this is where the fridge is and this is where the couch is, and you know how to navigate yourself. So now it was like, how do we navigate people in this new space? How do we welcome people? Where do they sit? How do they sit? And how does everything move? I think that was pretty much the most challenging thing, and also the most exciting thing to solve, because it was a new opportunity to solve something which we didn't have. So how do you manage 3 people working at the same time? I think that was quite interesting, and first time seeing that was pretty fun. So all those, mostly the flow of the practice has changed, but that's been the pretty exciting part of this practice.
The people who come here are so interesting, let me tell you. I've had a couple with children especially. I feel like the teenagers who come here for some reason find it easy to talk to me. So they tell me like a whole bunch of stuff, which is always nice. It's like keeping up with like little pockets of their lives. So nice. And people have interesting lives and interesting jobs that they like to talk about, and like just things that they do. I feel like I've met people who do so many different things here, careers that I've never even heard of. So for now, those are the best conversations, because I always walk away having learned something from that interaction.
So the first half of the year was smooth. It was just me coming to my appointments every month, and then just going through different stages of like my braces journey every month. And then I think it was around May, if not like before that, I can't really remember. I bumped into a sliding door when I thought it was open and it was actually closed. And that caused like a huge thing in my mouth. Like it was like I was bleeding. I don't know, Dr. Surprise saw what happened, but I remember I called him. It was like 11 p.m. and I'm like, I think I need like an emergency dental visit. I hurt my teeth. He's like, what happened? I'm like, I bumped into a sliding door, and I had to come in and get x-rays, and I'd actually just been introduced into power chains at that time. So I was really excited. And a week later, I had to go back to my donuts, right?
Yeah, but you went with no wire.
Oh my. So you can imagine, like I was a bit set back.
So I think my personality loves getting things started. Like I get like a burst of energy when something starts and eventually wanes down, and the enthusiasm, the motivation, and all of that. And then we have this guy, right, who is flat, mostly. Like if he's excited about something, he's gonna see it through until the very end. And I would say that the biggest change involving that is that he gets pissed off less often by it. He has become more tolerant of my personality.
I think because that, for me, I'm a very pragmatic person. So sometimes I like to stay within the lines. So I think the biggest thing I've learned is the creativity, thinking out the box, sometimes I won't say I lack, but I think he does that a bit better. And the new solutions to problems, I think that insight has been super valuable for a person who likes to stay within the lines. So I think that creativity has come out a lot this year.
So I healed really quickly from that. I think in like a space of 3 to 6 weeks, I was back to normal again, back on power chains. The damage was not bad at all. Like it wasn't like too severe. So when I look back on my year in general, like I actually had quite a smooth journey this year compared to last year, and I look forward to what next year has for me. Every few months there's like really drastic changes. So yeah, I'd like to believe I'm almost done, but like every time I ask, he's like, I don't know.
Only time will tell.
We're getting addicted to taking risks.
Oh, risk taking, yes.
Yeah, our threshold for risk has gone high.
Yeah, risk
If
taking.
you bring up a crazy, ludicrous idea, we might just get behind it, which is something we probably wouldn't do before. We'd like think too much about it, and now we just, that looks cool. We should jump on that.
I think on my side, 2 parts. Number one, the clinical side. I think I've gotten a bigger appreciation for 3D dentistry, Invisalign, because that 3D design. So I think that has been something I've actually dived a bit more into this year, and that's number one. On the look at that Communication, I've learned to keep calm. You know, I've learned to hold back my anger, which can shoot up quite dramatically. So I've learned to hold that back. And then business-wise, I've learned, you know, how to be better at business and the fine details and paying attention to every single detail. I think that's how I've learned this year from everything that we've experienced.
My highlight this year has definitely been me seeing the change, like actually seeing it now. Because sometimes Dr. Surprise would see it, but I wouldn't see it.
It's not me going through all my problematic patients.
Coconut, whatever, reverses cavities.
What, the oil pulling?
Yeah, oil pulling, it stops cavities or something like that.
Yeah.
I've heard. Cavities can only be prevented by going to the dentist because everybody gets cavities. I would say 90-something% of the population. And it's not bad. It's part and parcel of being a human being. And all you can do is just make sure you see your dentist regularly as you can. And that will help a lot with your cavities.
My patients, some of them, believe that if one tooth has a problem, that problem can jump onto the other tooth. But they're individual teeth. If this tooth has a cavity, it doesn't necessarily mean the next tooth is gonna get a cavity because of that one. It just means the reason you got the first cavity will be the same reason you got the second cavity. But there's no worm jumping from one tooth to the other. It just means maybe you struggle brushing around that area, or you mainly chew in that area, or that area is just more susceptible to cavities. But there's no hopping worm. Cavities, man, you could have the best oral hygiene and maybe even watch what you eat and still get cavities.
Indeed.
Compared to someone who just eats chocolate and hardly goes to the dentist. Like, genetics.
It's genetics.
You know, one guy does 5 push-ups, gets super ribbed. I know, it's an exaggeration. And another guy will go to like the gym for years, but still struggling to gain muscle. Everyone's different. And I think the best way to go about it, just have a dentist have a dentist.
So now I can actually see that my teeth have actually aligned. Like, I don't have teeth at the back. My gaps are closing from the extractions. Now I'm like really, really, really confident about what the final product is going to look like. So that's been the highlight, because this year, more than last year, I'm actually able to see that, oh my gosh, there has been so much progress. And other people also seeing it as well. It's like, oh, you see it too, you know? So it's really exciting. Like, it makes me feel so excited for the end journey. Well, the end product actually. So yeah, that was the first highlight. Second highlight definitely has to be me bumping into the sliding door, but like not actually hurting my teeth to a point where they have to come out. So it was painful at the time, but I've recovered and the change is there,
Never, do not ever in your life consider, think, do it. Don't ever get fake braces. Do not ever do it. It's like it's just fake braces. You know, the thing is, your teeth, they move, so when you're biting, you know, they're moving, you know? So when you lock your teeth together and you're biting, your teeth are gonna move and they're not gonna move into a nice position. There are pictures you can look, just search the fake braces side effects, and you'll see it's a phenomenon which was like in Thailand and all these countries. You check it out. It's not good. You will damage your teeth. You will lose all your teeth. Do not do it. Ever.
Isn't it done for aesthetics?
Wait, yeah. I think there are exceptions. There are exceptions where you can do them. Halloween party, I think you can rock those. Maybe a special photo shoot for maybe you're trying to portray a nerd, and you can just do it for like those hours and take them off. But it's not something you should sleep in, walk around in. I think if you're using it as a costume, it's the same as getting fangs. It's as long as it's for just that moment and never again. That's fine. Anything prolonged is just.
But aren't they like the ones that you clip in or something? Like those ones are glue-ins.
Oh yeah, okay. I wouldn't put glue in my mouth.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yeah.
That's what glue they use.
I know.
Is it the one we used to?
No, the gluing on.
I saw a guy do it. It was quite a sight.
You said we used. So
We the people. Not me though.
Yeah, no.
No, don't do drugs.
3D dentistry is definitely the future of everything. It's besides it being accurate, you cannot lose it, and you always have those records in the cloud. You don't have to keep models, and it makes it more predictable to predict, like to come up with outcomes for treatment. So 3D is definitely the future. They're using it in veterinary dentistry. They're using it everywhere. So 3D is the future of dentistry.
I agree.
I would describe one word or phrase or whatever that I would use to describe Hills is EUD Kiman. It feels like sort of like a social club in a way, sort of like a third space, but like I don't have a word for that experience.
but you love it.
Yeah, I do.
Say it. Yeah.
I love it. I love it quite a lot. I love the people here. It's so interesting. No, like definitely interesting people and generally quite nice. So I quite like working here.
Home. That's my word. That's how I would describe Hills Dental Studio. Every month I come here, I'm welcomed so warmly. Whenever I have a question, no one is like not trying to answer me. Everyone is actually trying to give me the most detailed answer so I understand. Because, dealing with teeth, the terminology is a bit like, okay, I'm not sure what you're saying, but they really break it down to you, to the T, from like the receptionist down to the dentist themselves. Like everyone is really just so friendly, and they don't mind providing you with that information you need just to make you feel comfortable. It's been 12 months, but literally every month I've come here, I've had a great experience. And then even during the month, if I break a bracket or if I have a query on something, they're always available, like WhatsApp, phone calls. They remind me. Can I tell you? I never know when my appointment is. Confession. I never know. But that reminder really helps that, hey, don't forget you've got an appointment tomorrow. So I then I'm able to work around my schedule, plan, and yeah.
Final remarks. I'm grateful for the year. I'm grateful for the page because we've moved into a bigger place, hoping people show up for that, and people did. And I'm grateful. People drive from long distances to just come and see us. They found us on TikTok, on Google, on YouTube, on Instagram or someone else's Instagram page. And I'm grateful for all those people who decided to give us a chance, even though, they had way too many options to choose from. I don't take that for granted. Appreciate that. Appreciate you.
2024 has been great. Thank you to Tom. Thank you to Rita. Thank you to everybody else, Craig, the staff, and every comment, like, subscribe, whatever. We really appreciate it. Taking a chance on someone is really just taking a chance. You never know how it's going to turn out. It can be good, it can be bad, and I'm really grateful for that. And I'm just saying, 2025 is going to be a better year. More treatments, better cases, better videos from Tom. So, appreciate it.
And from Hills Dental Studio, we would like to wish you a
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
And from Hills, we would like to wish you a
Happy Christmas and a Happy New Year. No. Happy New Year.